Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is the Quinn Spinn.
Hey now, and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of...
I was trying to harmonize with you.
The Quinn Spinn. I'm your host, Quinn. I'm back here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, YouTube, and more for another rousing and riveting installment of the official podcast of Underground Music Collective, our first of 2023, the year we turned 10 years old.
What?
And I'm a little quiet because there are babies here, and you can probably hear one of them in the background, but that's fine. We're going to just soldier on. Anyway, you just heard Revel 9's All I've Become, our opening theme song here at the Quinn Spinn since the great year of 2014, and it will be until the very end of days. And Scotty Rock's joining me. I'm up here at the new doghouse.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Isn't the end of days kind of morbid?
That's kind of the cheekiness. You know, it's presented in a cheeky way to make it humid. Humorous.
Humid?
I wish it was humid. It's like late December as we're recording this, and the air is dry AF up here in the Northeast.
Yes, it is.
But no, it's meant to be. It's meant to be dark humor.
I guess I just don't have a sense of humor. That must be it.
No,
dark or light.
I mean, that's kind of always been your thing. Not funny.
Hey now.
We're off to a great start here in 2023.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, right?
Dick.
Yeah. So anyway, Scotty Rock joining me. And it's just me and him here. Well, Elle's back there. She might, make an appearance at some point. But it's just the two of us for right now. How you doing, Mr. Rock?
I am doing. It's been a while.
It has. It's been since the last time I was here when JD was all seductive on his Zoom
That
feed.
was in August.
It was
humid then.
Yeah, the episode premiered in September, but yes, right. I was up here in August to record that. He was in Ohio, coming to us very seductively, gave us a very seductive opening Hey Now himself. That was still to this day, the only time I haven't done the Hey Now in all of Quinn Spinn history, including back in the prehistoric days at Moravian University.
No, what made you want to give that freedom up?
Well, because we needed to do it quietly. And then he just had the idea of, I'll just do a really seductive one. And I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. And it ended up being one of the most viewed episodes of 2022. So obviously the people want more seductive JD. So that's what we're going to give them here as we approach our 10th birthday, Scotty.
Okay.
More seductive JD. Seductive JD equals ratings.
Yeah, but I got half nude for the show. And
yeah, I mean, that definitely got us some attention as well.
What kind of attention?
I mean, attention. Any attention is good attention. This is showbiz, baby. But I'm just saying, like, seductive JD was where it was at.
All right.
But I think if we do nude Scotty now, because of the momentum the show has gained since seductive JD.
Oh, maybe
it would
keep the momentum.
Yeah,
going.
Just be that groundswell. Keep that.
There is that. Do you ever hear Naked News? There's like a.
Is that your new segment?
No. Well, there's a news outlet that does like full naked news.
Why haven't we?
Well, I'm saying maybe that's our, 10 years. Maybe we go full on nude, stupid news.
I mean, I suggest we do it now, but there are children present. As you can hear out there, we're scrapping.
We're going live. Yeah. Listen, this is who we are.
Yeah, this is who we are.
Take us or leave us.
This is going to be our realest year ever here at the Quinn Spinn. ever. We're all getting canceled by the end of 2023. Just kidding.
By the end of this show, we might be.
Maybe, especially if I get
never
naked.
know. Yeah,
especially if I get naked. But anyway. So what's new? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So I guess in the last how many months?
4
months.
Yep.
Everybody in my family's been sick.
Like on rotation.
Yeah, it's like we just take turns. A couple of us, decided to share at the same time. But Elle and I, we swap back and forth. So she'd be in charge of holding down the fort, then I'd be in charge of holding down the fort. Mm-hmm. Then one of the kids would get the COVID, and one gets RSV, and one gets the flu, and one gets this, and one gets that, and yeah, it's good times. Yeah, I mean that's really what's the past 4 months has been.
So nothing really exciting has happened.
Well, the youngest Pebble is almost 5 months already.
Yes.
Which I believe in August when you were here, she was like a month old.
Yep.
And now she's like talking to you and smiling at you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
She likes you. I don't know why.
She likes me.
I'll have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Later.
I mean,
teach her.
Yeah. I mean, one of them likes me.
Yeah.
Alex, I think.
You taught a good song about poop to the children.
Yeah, I did.
So-
Yep, I taught that to my nieces and nephew.
A real mature.
It's called "Everything We Eat Turns into Poop."
Do you want to give us a?
Everything we eat turns into poop, turns into poop, turns into poop. Everything we eat turns into poop, turns into poop every day. A chicken used to live in a coop, and then I turned the chicken into poop. And that's as far as we've really gotten. We've workshopped some other lyrics,
Yeah.
but we've been doing that here today.
Maybe
actually.
if you eat in a group, you'll turn that meal into poop.
If you go and smoke with Snoop, you'll turn those munchies into poop.
I think we have something.
I do. I think I should release a children's album this year. I think the time is now. Elle actually contributed that Snoop line, by the way. Elle's back here. You can't see her, although if we separate now, you still can actually. But yeah. So we've all been working. You'll get credits, when I put it through. Do the splits.
Thank you.
And get your royalties.
Get my royalties for everybody. Everything we eat turns to poop.
What if that's the thing of all the content I've created over the years that breaks us through?
I mean, that would be if you get contacted by Fisher Price tomorrow to put out a.
I think it would just more likely go viral on YouTube or something. But
I mean, maybe that's it.
Yeah, that would be the thing. We need. I keep saying. I've been saying for the past year. We need one big hit. We need one
Let me
big
tell
swing
you,
for the
children's
fences.
song. I mean, think about Baby Shark. How stupid is that song?
Or Dumb Ways to Die. You ever see the Dumb Ways to Die?
Yes. Do you ever play the game? It's
There's
a
a
game.
game?
It's based on a game,
Really?
a mobile game, and it's the best game ever.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I thought the game would be based on that because I saw the video first when Amber was.
Oh, maybe the game is based on that. I
Because-
could be totally wrong, but I remember seeing the game first.
Because it was a PSA on trains from 10 years ago that some metro or authority in Australia released. And Amber, when she was 2, found it on YouTube and would say, "I want to watch the Bubbles dance, Gaga." So we'd pull it up on YouTube and dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Yeah.
So maybe the game is based on. I never knew it was a song on its own, a standalone song.
Yeah. And there's the whole video with the little things dancing and finding dumb ways to die.
Yeah.
And eventually at the end, it gets to the point where it's all about trains and how you can get injured or killed by trains.
Well, there is part of the game is a train where one of the little cartoon figures is standing on a train platform,
Right.
and there's a train flying. You have to pull them off pull them off the tracks right at the last second.
Yeah.
Before they get slammed by the train.
Yeah. So
it's a good game.
But that's where that came from.
Interesting.
Because when Amber was 2, 3, it'd be over my sister's house and Gaga, I want to watch the Bubbles dance. And then Dumb Ways to Die. And she'd sing along with it.
I could see that Everything Turns into Poop song being a viral hit.
The next Dumb Ways to Die.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if that is the thing? What if that's the thing that breaks us through?
I mean, I think we should find some instrumental, and I think this could be it.
Of all the things,
We could just all quit our day jobs and.
Do you know how many musicians I know? I could whip that up like that.
Oh well, why are we not doing this?
Let's do it. I got some people in mind that'll help.
All right.
As a matter of fact, as of recording, I'm going to a birthday party on Friday with a whole bunch of musicians.
Perfect.
From my old stomping grounds in the Lehigh Valley.
Perfect.
And I'm going to pitch the idea. And I'm sure they're going to find it either hilarious or kick me out of the house. But hopefully
the former. And
and then we make millions.
And we could even do different genre versions, Nashville's big country town. We could do a country version.
Pop punk's big right now.
Yeah, pop punk. We could do a boy band version.
Death metal version.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
we could do a Kermit the Frog version and get sued. Everything we eat turns into poop.
Or maybe Jim Henson will just pick it up, put it on Sesame Street. You never know.
Jim Henson, the company.
The company.
Okay.
Not
I was going to say,
yeah, he's no longer with us.
Yeah, may he rest in peace.
Yes.
Hashtag never forget. But I was going to say that might be kind of difficult.
No, the company, the Jim Henson Company.
Yeah. So this has legs. This has legs.
Well, there we go. We found our New Year's
project.
Yeah, project. Thank you.
And we found a topic for the show because we were sitting here racking our brains while the youngest Pebble behind us was also trying to pitch ideas. As you could still hear her commenting on the show, we were racking our brains trying to come up with something to talk about tonight because we just had nothing other than stupid news and something for your ears.
Yeah.
And, we could do the New Year's resolution idea, but we do that every year, and then Scotty never keeps his anyway. So
I mean, listen, I could sit here and say I'm going to keep up my Quinn cake. That's what I'll keep up, Quinn cakes.
Quinn
Because I will
cakes.
eat a lot of cakes. And I also think, you should do a Coach. What did I say? McDonald's should have Coach McShakes.
I'll talk to Coach McQuakes about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But I could very well sit and tell you I'm going to keep up my workout and lose weight, but we all know I'm bullshitting you.
And I'm more in the camp of, I'd rather just, set incremental goals instead of just saying, I'm going to do this one thing this year, because it's like plans change, circumstances change. You have to pivot.
Yeah, apparently that's from Friends.
It is. Yeah. I've never watched an episode of Friends in my life, but I've moved enough times to have heard that joke. So I was able to pick up on it.
Well, unpopular opinion, I have watched Friends
Yeah.
and do not think it's funny at all. I don't like it. I think the characters are very annoying. Just a little side note.
Okay. Good
So
to
if
know.
anybody wants to buy me a present, don't buy me like the Friends.
Or buy him Friends stuff. Buy him Friends stuff. Send your hate mail in the form of Friends merchandise to Scotty Rock.
Care of.
I've never watched Friends in my life.
Yeah, it's not that good. You're not missing much.
You know what I think is overrated as F? The
Yeah.
Office.
Oh, okay.
I
So
hate
can
The
we just talk about The Office for a second?
Sure.
I hate The Office too.
Yes. It's finally somebody.
I've
was saying
tried both versions because I like British comedy.
Mhm.
And I thought maybe, and I like Steve Carell, and
I love Steve
I
Carell.
like the cast.
4-year-old virgin.
And I've tried. Oh my
Yeah.
god! Yeah,
One of my favorite
even
movies of all
Bruce
time.
or Evan Almighty. Like,
Yeah.
even his
Dan in real life. He was great in Dan in real
Dinner for
life.
Schmucks. You ever see
No,
that?
I
one?
never saw that, no.
See that movie. But I've tried his version, and I've tried the Ricky Gervais British version. Can't do it. Can't get into it. And I had a big debate with somebody I work with recently that we've talked about TV shows and movies, and he has pretty similar taste to me, but The Office is his all-time favorite show. He was wearing a shirt with Steve Carell's character on it, and I told him how much I hated it, and he begged me to give it another chance. And he said, you have to watch it in order, unfortunately, because the first season you get to know the characters, but the first season is the worst. By the second season, it really gets funny. And I promised him I would, and I don't think I'm going to keep the promise,
Right.
because I really have no desire.
My whole thing with The Office is I've worked in those environments before where everybody's just miserable and out of touch. And so watching The Office to me is just like a cringe, retelling of
Feels
my
like you're
life
there.
from 2016 to the end of 2020.
Yeah.
It's just
So it
cringe.
wasn't like funny iron.
No, it's too close to home for me.
Yeah.
It's too close to home.
See, and I've never worked in a cubicle office, and I don't think it's funny.
Yeah. My problem with The Office is I get it, and that's the problem because I've lived that life,
Yeah.
and it is absolute drudgery.
Yeah.
And so, for people to be like, oh, this is funny. You've either had to never, you've either had to never live that before and just think it's funny to watch other people's pain, or you
Right.
have lived it and you're just sick. Because it's it's just my life, and it's yeah, but that's the problem. Is
Yeah, that's why it's not funny.
yeah, it's exactly why it's not funny. I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love The Office. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can't do
I'm
it.
100% with you. So yeah, I think I'm Gene, if you're listening, I lied.
And to everybody who I've ever met who loves The Office, I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
There.
What? I had to take a sip after that. That was good.
But yeah, can't do The Office. I don't know how we got on The Office.
Because we were talking about Friends, the
Right,
thing, and you
right.
said you've never watched Friends.
Yeah. And now I'm trying to think of which I would rather watch if I was forced to watch Friends or The Office.
I'd rather watch Friends just because I never have before.
Yeah, see, I think I'd rather watch The Office. That's how much I really dislike Friends.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I do?
They try too hard.
You know what I do like, but I never got super into it, but
What's
I
that?
appreciate it. Seinfeld.
Nope.
No,
No.
you don't like Seinfeld.
I don't. And I'm one of very few Jews that don't like Seinfeld.
I think Seinfeld's a really smart show. I never got super into it. I just watched it mostly because it was on.
I
After
don't
The
like
Simpsons.
that. And I don't like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is
I never watched Curb.
Larry David also.
Yeah, I've never watched
Right? Because
Curb.
didn't Larry David do
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's too close to home for me.
Maybe.
The Jewish humor and the
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, can't
Can't
do that.
Can't be.
I mean, if I had to choose one of those that era, I love Everybody Loves Raymond. I think that show is absolutely hysterical.
I have an issue with that show because one of your friends one time listening to our show said I sounded like Ray Romano. And I've never forgiven that person or you for that.
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Zebra?
I don't know. No, this was like way back, OG Run, like 2014. Like you said, like, I think you might have even said it on the show, like somebody said you sound like Ray Romano. And I was just like aghast.
I mean, I still could see that.
I don't sound like Ray Romano.
I mean, not.
If anything, I sound like Seth Rogen.
You have tones. You have tones of him too.
Yeah. Laugh.
Now put the Kermit with that.
How do you do Kermit and Ray Romano?
No, Kermit and that laugh you just did.
That's impossible.
Well, that's Seth Rogen.
I'll implode.
He's kind of got that like
Kermit Defrone.
Yeah, like he's kind of got that like hi
Kermit Defrone. You just Kermit laughed like Seth Rogen.
Anyway,
or Seth Rogen laughed like Kermit.
Yeah,
rather.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. We're not stoned by that.
No,
this is just us like this is just us stalling because we don't know what to talk about today. And somehow I told you, let's just wing it.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting here like, fun facts. It's like, no, let's just wing it. Let's just go. And here we are, Seth Rogen laughing in the style of Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, we're how many minutes in already?
I don't know. And you know
3 hours in.
Yeah. 3 hours. We keep going like this. We will. Yeah, like just like.
Do you think if we did a 3-hour episode, people would listen to the end?
I mean,
like, what if we like promised them something really great at the end,
and then like, just it was I have to poop, just like, or I'm not wearing pants and I get up and I'm just like naked from the waist down, walking away.
I mean, listen,
people
teach his own.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's the only thing.
We did record an episode in the bedroom before.
We did, and that's a very special episode.
It is,
if you catch my drift. But no, seriously, actually, it's a different kind of episode, and not for the perverse reasons you freaks are thinking about.
Scotty got real.
Scotty got real, and by the end, was he even Scotty?
I don't know. You should listen to find out.
You should.
In 1 month.
That's coming out on
February 5th.
2nd.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
First Thursday.
Happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Jennifer.
And that also, and my sister Jolene turns 40. Well, I shouldn't reveal her age on the 4th of February.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. She's in her 40s.
Happy 20th birthday.
Yeah, 20th birthday. 20th birthday.
But yes, to go back, everybody loves Raymond because the
to go back to let me just go back. Everybody loves Raymond because it's not. We're not putting respect on its name.
Well, we're not. First of all, I was trying to explain why I liked it, and you interrupted me yelling about how somebody said you sounded like Ray Romano.
I'm still upset.
So can I?
The memory remains, just like Metallica.
Speaking of Metallica, I bought Elle for Hanukkah Metallica tickets.
Oh yeah.
And that is her #1 bucket list. And it's a double show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Friday and a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. They got to take Saturday off to rest their old bones.
Yeah, they're playing with Pantera, which is apparently a big deal. I don't know.
Pantera's got
both nights are a different set list.
Yeah.
So she's insanely excited.
I've seen them. I've seen Metallica. 2003 Summer Sanitarium, Giant Stadium.
Nice.
It was. They headlined because it was their thing. Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Deftones,
you saw Limp Bizkit?
Mudvayne. Yeah.
Were they the best?
And Fred Durst, right before rolling, pointed at me in the crowd when I threw the horns up, and he's like, "You know what time it is, partner." That was the best moment of my life.
That's very cool. You had good seats then.
My sister and I were in the pit.
Nice.
We had GA back when you could do that for $100.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so let's go back to Everybody Loves
Raymond. No. I'm not done talking about that concert now. We'll get to that.
I was never done talking about Raymond.
Well, you know what?
Twice now I've been interrupted.
Maybe we'll get there.
Go ahead. Tell me about your GA pit.
No, Limp Bizkit was a ton of fun, and Linkin Park. I'm so glad I got to see them. That was the only time I got to see them. But like it was so hot that day too. It was like 100 degrees, like on the just like the metal they put down, the metal flooring at Giant Stadium. Linkin Park didn't stop to breathe through their set. They were just like ripped through it. They actually went on before Limp Bizkit, which I was surprised about because at the time Linkin Park was bigger. I think a little bit. Like Limp Bizkit was kind of starting to fade a little bit.
Wait, who was it again? Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Metallica.
So it started in Mudvayne, then went to the Deftones. Which I was never crazy about the Deftones, but I mean, they put on a good show. Yeah. I was more excited about Mudvayne. I liked more of Mudvayne's songs at the time. I didn't know either one particularly well, but if I had to choose, I would have chosen Mudvayne. And then Linkin Park was 3rd. Limp Bizkit was 4th. And then Metallica just destroyed it. Destroyed it.
I mean, I'm not a huge, I like Metallica. appreciate them, but I heard they put on amazing live shows.
It was the live show. Like they're absolutely incredible live.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes some Metallica here and there. Like they're not one of my favorite bands.
No, I wouldn't pick, but it's Elle's number one. You ask her, who do you want to see most out of? That's it.
I'd go and see them again, and every time some stupid memory comes up on Facebook, I send it to somebody immediately, followed by the video for The Memory Remains.
Nice. Well, listen, if you are here on Sunday and Friday was enough for me, you and Elle can go to the Sunday show.
When is it?
August. I'm joking.
August?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might actually be here.
I might actually be in the Northeast.
Oh. Put your bids in, people.
August what?
I don't remember.
Early?
I think so.
Music Fest. I'm the sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the sheriff. I got to keep all those people in line in the Wild West.
Yeah, I think we should go back to Everybody Loves Raymond. Can I just say that?
Fine. What do you want to say about
Ray's parents remind me of my grandparents.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It would have been quick. You just didn't let me say it.
My favorite thing about it, I spent 10 minutes stalling just for that.
That's all I wanted to say.
That. Like, oh, Ray's parents remind me of my grandparents.
That's made me laugh. They love to hate each other.
The one thing, going back to 4-Year-Old Virgin, the tie-in with Everybody Loves Raymond is when he's going through the Boner Jams box, right? David's Boner Jams box.
Yes.
And he can't finish because he feels too awkward. So then he puts in the tape of Everybody Loves Raymond. Don't talk that way to your mother. You do. She's not my mother. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The humor's there. The humor's there. It's just, I can't get past Ray Romano's voice, who I don't sound like.
No, not at all. Okay.
Do I sound like that? Okay, that's going to be the poll for this week's episode on Spotify. Does the Quinn sound like Ray Romano? And if any of you respond yes, I'm blocking you on all social media forever.
And I will unblock you.
On my social media?
Yes.
I'll
find a way. Maybe. I'll find a way.
All right. Just know there are certain people you can't unblock. Hey now. Anyway.
Okay. I have really good stupid news today, just saying.
Do you?
I'm pretty proud of it.
Is that where you want to go next?
No, I mean, we can continue talking about Everybody Loves Raymond. King of Queens, that's another good one that I enjoy.
I like Kevin James a lot.
Yeah.
I always
Jerry Stiller. I mean, Jerry Stiller in that show is
you know where Kevin James didn't get his flowers? Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No,
you bite your tongue. You bite your tongue. Paul Blart Mall Cop is one of the most underrated comedy films of all time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an idea though. Actor you normally don't like, but you like their performance in a particular movie. I have mine.
I got mine.
Okay. Go.
You want me to go first?
Shoot there, cowboy.
I hate Anne Hathaway with a passion, but I love The Devil Wears Prada.
I watched
such a chick flick.
All of my female roommates made me watch that in college.
I really like that movie, and I cannot stand her.
It's got some depth, that movie.
But I like that movie.
It does have some depth to it. Yeah. I have mine.
That was a quick hit. I'm really proud of myself for thinking of that.
Yeah. You've been ready with that for like 10 years.
Like I've been waiting for you to ask me that question.
Can't wait to throw shade at Anne Hathaway. Like, we're waiting a decade for this. I'm usually not a Will Ferrell guy.
Yeah.
But I like Elf.
Oh, I love Elf.
Elf's my jam. I will say.
Will Ferrell, I feel like it's either hit or miss. Some are like old school.
I never saw Old School.
Wow, that's a good one. You would like Old School. Very funny.
I don't like the frat humor.
No, but it's
point in my life.
But it's not. It's different. It's good. I would check it out. I'll watch Paul Blart Mall Cop if you watch Old School.
Are we gonna have a movie night here?
Deal? No, not tonight. I don't want to watch that movie tonight.
Then when am I going to be
at some
here
point?
When am I
No,
going to be
you
here
can
next?
watch it on your own. I trust you.
No. When are you going to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Tomorrow.
When I'm not here.
Uh-huh.
You're just going to read the synopsis.
I'm not going to watch it. You don't trust me?
No, I don't. I think we need to be sitting here attentively watching Paul Blart Mall Cop.
What does he pull? He pulls people over on like a Segway?
Yes, it's great. There's one scene where he's like talking to somebody. It might be his love interest in the movie, and he just like slowly backs away on the Segway.
I mean, I do like Kevin James. I probably would like it.
You know what? We're watching it tonight.
And then Old School.
We'll see if you like Paul Blart. You have to like Paul Blart.
Wait, why don't I get to go first?
No, well, because we're talking about Paul Blart.
All right, fine. We'll see. Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah, but I'm usually not a big Will Ferrell guy. But
okay.
Elf's my jam. Elf's my jam. I really appreciate his performance in the movie. And you know what? I will say this: Wedding Crashers is Chaz.
I hate Wedding Crashers.
I think you're fired from the show.
I know that's another unpopular opinion.
Why do you hate wedding
I
crashers?
just never. I don't know. I just didn't like
It
it.
doesn't. No,
Yeah.
it's not okay.
No. I mean, it
For,
doesn't.
I can accept you not liking Paul Blart Mall Cop, but to hate
I've never
Wedding
seen
Crashers-
Paul Blart.
Yeah, how do you not even wait? How can you disrespect that movie if you've never seen
No,
it?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said I have no desire to
No,
see
no,
it.
no. I said, you know what, Paul Blart Mall Cop. You're like, no.
Well, 'cause I don't have any
your
desire to
opinion's
watch
invalid.
it.
Like you've never seen it. You've never seen the movie. And you know what? If you hate Wedding Crashers, the kid who plays Todd is the main villain in Paul Blart Mall Cop as
Oh,
well.
so yeah.
So you know what? Maybe try seeing him in a different light and watch Paul Blart Mall Cop.
You want to go back to Raymond?
No, I'm stuck on Paul Blart right now. And Wedding Crashers, which is also one of my favorite movies of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. Owen Wilson's performance in that movie is masterful. I love how, I thought it masterfully blended from comedy into a more serious drama with still some comedic elements. I thought Rachel McAdams was really good as a confused.
Do you remember who loved her? Drunk Uncle Lewis
Yes, I do.
was in love.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
I figured 10 years we could reminisce a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drunk Uncle Lewis was
In love.
in love with
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams.
Like would have went sober for her.
You gotta do remember he'd pretty much find any excuse he could to bring her name up on it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I hope Rachel hears this. Rachel, if you're listening, Drunk Uncle Lewis is here.
He's talking to Barstool Blitz and going over a football game and then threw in Rachel McAdams somewhere.
Rachel McAdams. Yeah. They completed a pass as dazzling as Rachel McAdams smiled.
In the Notebook.
In the Notebook. No, I thought she was very good. I mean, Vince Vaughn, as that second lead,
Yeah, he's annoying to me.
Really?
Although in Old School, he was very good.
I thought he was very good in Wedding Crashers. I thought he played the conflict between, going toward the royal family and siding with his best friend very well after things broke down in that movie. It's a very good movie. You should watch it again. After we watch Paul Blart. And then maybe not Old School, but maybe I'll give Everybody Loves Raymond a chance. Just because of that moment of 4-Year-Old Virgin.
Anyway.
You ready for some stupid news?
Oh, I was born ready, Quinn.
All right. Well, for the first time in 2023, and possibly the last if Scotty doesn't watch Paul Blart Mall Cop with me after we record.
Hold on.
I'm not editing this.
You don't have to edit, but you might need to stall a second because it's gone.
Can I just say, for two people who had no idea what we were going to do
We're
during
going
this episode,
on 4 hours now.
Yeah, we're going on. This is like a Rogan episode, except without Alex Jones.
Wait, I really
Wait, can I mention Alex Jones on YouTube? That didn't happen. Don't. I did not
You said
violate.
we're going to get canceled by the end of the show.
I said by the end of the year, not the end of the show. But we're off to a good start.
I'm almost there.
I did not violate the community guidelines.
Got it.
I would just like to say that. Stupid news with Scotty Rock.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. This is our first stupid news of 2023.
And
so
it better be good.
Put it on the list of, the best of, which we never did last year.
Or the year before.
All right. This is from the New York Post. Sabbath service derails after a couple begins having sex on Zoom. For those of you who don't know, Sabbath is the religious day of the week for Jewish people.
And for those who don't
Very
know,
holy.
we are recording this on Zoom right now.
We are, but it's not the Sabbath.
Well,
here we go. This is from the New York Post. This was some Sabbath service. A randy couple who zoomed into services
use the word randy
at a Minneapolis synagogue hosting a bat mitzvah forgot to turn off their camera as they began to make a mitzvah of their own.
I know.
Canoodling in full view of verklempt congregants who were subjected to the softcore sideshow for nearly an hour. The impromptu version of Debbie Does Deuteronomy unfolded back in May in the Twin Cities at Temple Beth El. It went on for about 45 minutes, said one person who saw the video and requested to be anonymous. She was walking around naked. She got dressed. She's in and out of the Zoom. He was in the bed. He whipped it out, started going to work. Someone on the Zoom saw and called her and was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're on camera." She freaked out. It was a Zoom for a bat mitzvah. Most people were not on camera except like old bubbies, which are grandmothers, who don't know how to turn off their cameras, and these two people. So the boxes were pretty big, and everybody could see who was on camera. The unnamed couple appears to have fallen victim to the uniquely pandemic-era problem of accidentally leaving your Zoom camera on before engaging in private behavior, known informally online as pulling a Toobin. For those who don't know, it's named after the CNN legal analyst, Jeffrey Toobin, who began pleasuring himself on a live Zoom call with the CNN staff in October 2020.
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first I'm hearing about this.
And the magazine fired him, but CNN did allow him to return to the air after brief suspension.
Wait. So a magazine fired him, but he was allowed to go on TV where he could, in theory, be more prone to be.
Yeah, I guess technically. Himself. Yeah.
And what sense does that make?
Well, it's CNN.
I know.
Sex on Shabbat is specifically encouraged
It would get them ratings.
in the Talmud. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Sex on Shabbat is specifically encouraged in the Talmud, and some consider it to be a mitzvah or a good deed. While synagogue grandees have moved to lock up the story and keep it from spreading, lurid still images of the couple swiftly began circulating online. They are aware of the incident and will not be commenting on the details, said the managing director of the temple. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And
doing a good deed.
Enjoy your mitzvahs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Stupid news.
That's a good start. I mean, are the photos anywhere?
I mean, we could find them later if you want to look at them.
After we watch Paul Blart Mall Cop. That must come first.
But like a bat mitzvah is for a 13-year-old girl. Like,
oh yeah, I didn't even think of
why
that.
Would you like Elle and I went to a friend's wedding online,
mm-hmm.
and not once did we think maybe we should do stuff.
Do the deed.
Yeah, while the wedding was going on.
Do a good deed on the Sabbath.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was on a Sunday. But
still.
You
got the joke.
Yeah, I get the joke.
Yeah.
But it's like you're going to a service for a 13-year-old.
So that's not the time to service yourself or each other.
I mean, I don't think so, but apparently, these two.
Apparently, some people just have no boundaries, and no coof.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good for them.
I don't know that it is. I think you can definitely push it.
I mean, I guess if it was a bar mitzvah, I mean, they really could turn a boy into a man. Hey, now.
So for those of you on the streaming platforms, I just took awkward sip of my coffee to collect myself after that comment. We are going to get canceled by the end of the year.
I mean, we might.
Yeah. Well, at least, hopefully it's not before September so we can officially make it to 10. Look at that segue.
No way.
Look at that
10
segue.
years.
10 years of this garbage. Yes, not garbage. Our show's become very good. It's become very well-rounded. And we've had a lot of very insightful conversations, unlike the one we're having here today.
I mean, I think we're giving JD a run for his money with the throwing it off the rails.
I mean, we've got to jump in for JD. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us today. But JD did join us at the end of the year last year in Nashville, which, I mean, that was nice of him to visit, Yeah. I like it when my co-hosts visit me.
Yeah.
In Nashville.
Yeah. Well,
so we can do this live on the interview set.
Some co-hosts, don't have children and lack of funds.
And live 14 hours away.
Yes.
You could have added that.
That's
some to your case.
Well, no, I wanted you to recognize.
Oh. No.
You think if I would, come on. I just watched a food episode of something on Nashville. Trust me.
Yeah. We're good. We're a good food city.
Yeah.
We're a good food city.
So I've heard.
Yeah. And we have a Guy Fieri's chicken thing.
We ate at a Guy Fieri's restaurant. It
was that's right.
Worst,
yeah.
Worst disappointing.
You did spend 10 minutes complaining about that.
No, it's probably like 20.
Yeah. It was a long segment.
Yeah.
Because you had so much to say about
it. It was
Guy
very disappointing. And I like him.
Did he ever tweet you back?
Never.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, he didn't appreciate your critique of your visit to Flavortown.
No, I no longer wear glasses in the back of my head because.
Mm-hmm. And you haven't bleached your hair since.
No.
Maybe you should.
No more.
At least bring back the man bun.
Maybe.
We need that.
Maybe.
I thought it was a good look for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it worked.
It was a lot. It was a lot of work.
Long hair is a lot of work.
Yeah, it was not fun.
No.
The idea of it was fun.
Until you actually have to manage it.
Yeah. But you know what? I said I was going to do it, and damn it, I did it.
You did it. You did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when I had the whole Geico caveman thing going on?
I remember.
Oh, never forget.
That's something I post yearly. Who wore it better?
Yeah. Yeah. I posted a who wore it better between me and a sheep that hadn't been sheared in 4 years. And most people said that the sheep wore it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a voice crack.
Even though it was completely unkempt.
Wait, can we just talk again about how 10 years?
Oh, I thought you were going to go back to everybody.
I was going to for a second. I'm not going to lie. But no, 10 years is a damn long time.
It is. And yes, so a couple milestone dates to keep your eyes on here in Quinn Spinn lore. August 17th, the day the show idea was
lore.
conceived. It's lore. We have
Lore's
lore.
fake. Isn't lore like...
I've been going by a fake name on this show for a decade. It's lore.
Touche.
It's lore.
Carry on.
We blur the lines between kayfabe and reality here, just like our pro wrestling heroes.
Carry on.
That is the pro wrestling influence on the show, though. It's like we blur the lines. Like we all know that the Miz's name is Mike Mizanin, but he goes by the Miz and is known as the Miz. Right. Dwayne Johnson, when he steps into WWE ring, is The Rock, even though we all know he's Dwayne Johnson at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows my name. As a matter of fact, it's there at the bottom of your screen because I didn't change it. No, it's Gerard Guarad Longo, but I go by the Quinn. And we'll find out if Scotty Rock is your real name in about a month.
We will.
The truth comes out. But yes.
Truth hurts.
So yes, a couple important dates to nice Lizzo shout out. I enjoyed that. A couple dates to keep in mind. August 17th is the 10 years to the day that the show idea was conceived in the bedroom in my bedroom at my parents' house with nothing more than a laptop and a USB mic, not much unlike this. So we've come so far, clearly. And then September 8th is the 10-year anniversary of episode 1. And I can announce right now
that you're going to re-release episode 1?
Absolutely not. But I can announce right now that on that day in Nashville at the Cobra, we already have that day locked in, and we're doing a 10th anniversary celebration. We're going to feature a lineup consisting of all guests from the show who have been on the show, who have been part of the show's history of all different genres, and maybe throw in a couple surprises depending, who visits me in Nashville. Maybe around
when is that?
September 8th. Oh, but you're teaching at that point. Okay, we'll do something.
I could live stream in.
You could. We'll just project you like Zordon on the
That'd be amazing.
Red Wall Cobra.
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
Yes.
Rangers.
Please.
Yeah, so 2 dates to keep in mind, more to come, of course. And one thing we're going to be doing is asking all of you from throughout these 10 years to share your memories with us. Little videos we'll post on social media. It's your experience with the Quinn Spinn as we've been on this ride in its many forms over the past decade.
Yeah.
A decade. We've been doing this with our lives for a decade in one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the milestone that approaches?
It's crazy.
That's it. That's all you've got to say.
No,
about 10
it's
years.
like 10 years is a long time. I mean, I started this before I met Elle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nuts. I think about, I know every time we like have an anniversary, we talk about our memories, but it's like the things that stick out are like going into the city to record at that little studio we rented.
Studio.
Yeah. And when we saw Jackie the Joke Man and Elle stared across the restaurant at him. No, but like those were fun times. And then when we had just like, you think about like at Mom's Basement Studios, like we had people like rent cars and drive up to record. And remember somebody had a zip car? We took a picture with them.
Yes. That was Makar, our friends in Makar. Yeah. They rented a zip car.
Yeah. And like just random people like would Uber and like people came to your parents' basement.
Yeah.
Like bands.
Yeah.
We had bands come
and perform.
It's like Wayne's World.
In my
Like, that's like
parents' basement.
Wayne's World. Like,
And there was such a that 70s show dynamic upstairs. But like Red and Kitty were pretty much my parents. Like my mom's like, oh my God, I love this. And my dad's like, I'm gonna put a foot in your ass. Like it was that was the dynamic.
It's just crazy to me. Like we took something so like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't nothing, but you know what I mean? And just like
so we slapped it together.
It was the most important thing to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we treated it like the most important thing.
Yeah. And look at all it is now.
And it was like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And
we're still doing this.
In greater
and people still listen.
New people listen. We were top 5% most of them within the top 5% of the most shared podcasts on all of Spotify last year.
Crazy.
Spotify
top 5 all of Spotify.
Top 5%. Top 5% most shared all of Spotify, and top 30% most followed across all of Spotify.
So thank you.
And it's a new year, and we have a chance to boost those numbers. And I'm pointing at you and staring at you creepily because I want to boost those numbers. Let's keep that momentum going.
Yeah, we're obviously doing something right.
2022 is our best year ever, I think, just in a holistic sense. Like the quality of conversations, the quality overall of the episodes, the production, what everybody brought to the table at different points throughout the year. You guys, the guests, of course me, but that goes without saying. But the show's nothing without all of you, like all the guests. You guys, like if it was just all solo missions, we'd all be very bored, which is why I drove up here, because I'd rather start the show the year this way instead of starting it with a solo mission, because it's just more interesting. And we're going to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop after this. And we're going to look at what's coming of this, just because I drove all the way up here to the new doghouse.
Yep.
But that's the thing is it takes a village to build anything like this. And we keep building despite the odds, despite everything, every life circumstance, everything that's been thrown at all of us as individuals, as a collective group, especially in those early days. We just find a way to keep going. And that's incredible. And some of us have kids now, as you're hearing. My niece Amber, who did her Letters with Amber segment as a 4-year-old on this show, will turn 14 this year.
That's fucking
14, and she's up to my chin.
That's insane.
It's great. She has blue hair now, and it's like
I really hope we can find some of that and
that all exists. It is all archived on Spotify. I just need to sign us back up for premium, which is $15 a month.
Yeah.
And which, if you want to donate, we are fiscally sponsored by the Arts and Business Council of Greater Nashville. Not that I would use those donation dollars for that, but every dollar helps us build this platform more and more, and reinvest it back. Some ideas to do that on the Quinn Spinn end, on the UMC end, of course, in general. But so much has happened, and it's interesting because for 11 and a half years of my life before the Quinn Spinn, football was the one constant. I've now been doing this almost as long as that.
Yeah.
And I plan to do it longer than I did that,
But think about 10 years ago, sitting in that recording or the practice
room.
Did you ever think you would you'd be living in Nashville?
No, it wasn't on the radar.
That's crazy.
It wasn't on the radar. At the time I was in a long-term serious relationship, and
you were working in the city at the point, New York City, right?
I was, in the beginning. Yeah. And leaving the Northeast was never an option. It was New York or Philly, based on the circumstances of that time. And, both places are fine places to live and work. And I love both of those cities, but it was never on the radar to ever leave the Northeast. That relationship ends, and, eventually the world opened up. I was in Bethlehem at the time, and during that run, kind of the lost years of the podcast, I was trying different things solo, and none of it was really hitting. Tried doing the live thing on internet radio, and bringing the show to Nashville, I think, gave it the life it needed. Because and gave UMC and gave me the life, to really do it and do it better, and really connect it all to the industry and garner that notoriety for the platform. I think that I don't think I would have had necessarily anywhere else, even in a city like New York or LA, because in Nashville, I found it's easier to find your people. It's easier to build something from the ground up. There's not so much noise that it's overwhelming.
Right.
It's busy and it's bustling and it's ever growing, but like there are more music people per capita and chances to create and really like take your place in the
I
ecosystem.
feel like also in Nashville, there's more collaboration. New York, everybody's trying to be the best, and they'll step on anybody to get there.
It is very collaborative. I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak ill of other cities necessarily, but New York and
I
LA,
feel like it's a good place, to be able to do what you do and feel.
It is definitely more of a small town feel. I mean, New York and LA do have the reputations they have, as being more cutthroat for sure. But like, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, Nashville, it was just kind of a perfect storm to bring the show to Nashville. And like now I see it branching back, to places we've been, coming full circle here in year 10, branching back into this area, New York, New Jersey. I mean, I've got some ideas to collaborate out in the Lehigh Valley where we were, where Underground Music Collective started as Lehigh Valley Underground, Quinn Spinn gave rise to Lehigh Valley Underground. Without that, there'd be no Underground Music Collective, but it all comes back to this show. And, there's going to be plenty of time for reflection here in 2023, especially as we get closer to the 10th birthday. But, it's just amazing to still be on this ride. And, who knows how long it's going to last. Life can take us in any number of directions. I plan to keep going as long as I can, and one thing it's taught us, and we were talking about this earlier today, is I'm not attached to any outcome. I'm not attached, to any expectation, because any expectation I had has been absolutely shattered. But look at what's come of this as a result of that. If things went exactly the way I thought they were going to go professionally, as naive as I was to think they were going to go that well, that quickly, Sirius XM in 6 months.
Forgot about that.
Remember when we were thinking about dropping off a demo CD to their offices in New York? Mm-hmm. That would have went very poorly.
Where were we thinking of dropping it off? Just to a front desk somewhere?
Yeah. And I knew in my gut it wasn't going to work, but I didn't know what else to do because I was very green. But like, if things went in my personal life the way I thought they were going to go, life would look very different right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's because everything's gone the way it has that we're here right now, sitting here doing this, with all these things to look forward to and all these things to share, like all this perspective to share that you've been hearing on the show lately. The show has become what it is because of the experiences we've had. And I think the show is better for it, and I think it will continue in that direction, certainly taught me a lot about myself and just how to show it better, how to relate to the world, and how to just have a sense of humor when shit goes wrong. And I swear on the show now. Remember when I
Yes.
Remember the one time
everybody else would, but
yeah, and I remember like I refused to.
I forgot about
I refused to allow alcohol on set, and I was a real taskmaster back in those days. And the one time it's like, hey, I should swear on the show, but we should bleep it out. And it was like, and now I do it all the time.
Good for you. Fuck yeah.
Shit, fuck, piss. 10 years,
beep, beep, beep.
And this is where we are, cursing up a storm on the Quinn Spinn.
The maturity level has not gone.
As if anything, it's gone down.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I mean, we were both shirtless on an episode.
Yeah, we were.
Because of a bet.
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
I like that, though.
There were a lot of shenanigans.
There were. I mean, the feeling good dance.
Yeah.
Shimmy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are
Good
your
times?
What are your favorite Quinn Spinn memories? And what are you looking forward to here in year 10? Let us know. And that will be the open-ended question. What are you looking forward to here in year 10? And the poll question again will be, does the Quinn sound like Ray Romano?
Yeah.
You better not say yes. I will find you. Shall we wrap it up?
It really bothers you, doesn't it? Ray Romano's a good actor. Like that, you should be.
Yeah, but I don't sound like him.
But who cares if you sound?
I don't sound like Ray Romano.
But what's the problem? It's not like somebody saying you sound like Ethel Merman. Like you sound like. I'm trying to think of somebody who you'd be offended by sounding like. Like Ray Romano's a funny actor.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Or Gilbert Gottfried. I mean,
I think I'd rather sound like Gilbert Gottfried.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because that's not his real. That wasn't his real voice. He did that. It was that's Ray Romano's real voice.
You're too sensitive.
We'll talk after the show and after we watch Paul Blart.
Before Paul Blart or
no, after. That's the first thing we're doing is Paul Blart. We're doing Paul Blart.
I hope that's not the something for your ears, because I don't want to hear the Paul Blart soundtrack as the something for my ears.
No, but the something for your ears is the UMC 50 year-end compilation from Underground Music Collective. 50 fresh tracks of fire from throughout 2022, all genres, all styles, all shapes and sizes. Listen now at undergroundmusiccollective.com. Was that good?
It's great.
You like that?
That's beautiful.
Brilliant. Was it brilliant?
It was almost. It was almost.
Trying to be brilliant.
You got to do a little more work. You got to be brilliant. Be brilliant. Feel brilliant.
I do feel brilliant.
Okay. Then it was brilliant.
I felt brilliant on this episode.
It was brilliant.
The chaotic mess that it's been.
This was one of our best episodes.
This was a good episode, you know? And like, here's the thing. Like, we're sitting in a dark room with a ring light. There's a baby back there. I may or may not be wearing pants. You'll never know. And here we are. And we're going to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop after I tell you to follow the Quinn Spinn on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, YouTube, and more. Also, find out more about the show at Quinn Spinn Official on Instagram. 2 N's in Quinn, 2 N's in Spin. Learn more about the show at undergroundmusiccollective.com, our central hub for all things independent music, community, Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and more. Also, learn more about UMC on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Follow the UMC 20 playlist on Spotify, which is updated weekly every Tuesday with 20 fresh tracks and the latest episode of this train wreck. And also, that UMC 50 playlist will live until the end of time on Spotify as well. We do that every single year at the end of the year. NashLive.live, we got some shows coming up in the new year, including that Quinn Spinn 10th anniversary celebration, sponsored by Nash Live. More announcements to come. We're going to have a show next month, actually, in February at the Cobra as well. We have 6 dates at Cobra this year and more plans in the works. So stay tuned. Rebel Nine's all I've become. Oh, wait. You want them to follow you?
Yes. Scotty Rock 77
On
Twitter and Instagram.
And OnlyFans.
Happy New Year.
Rebel Nine's all I've become. I'm going to take us out like it brought us in. I'll see you next time. For now, watch Paul Blart Mall Cop with us. Hey now.